Right. Yay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Freelance Friday podcast. Today, I am joined by a very special guest, Ryan Redoute, my friend, amazing TikToker, agency owner.
Yes.
Hello, Ryan.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for being here. So for anybody who has been a longtime podcast listener, he may look familiar. For the OGs, Can you get us up to speed on what you've been working on? Because you joined the podcast before just kind of talking about like freelancing, entrepreneurship, which is still a part of your life. But you've also been doing this really interesting new thing. So
yes.
Talk about
So
that.
since I've at last come on, I was starting my business and kind of really getting into it when I came on last time. And since then, I've really got into the content creation side of things. So I was doing some YouTube stuff, kind of with a Michigan focus too. I made one video that was kind of Michigan-centric in a way. I talked about the Michigan accent or just made fun of Michiganders and the way we act during the seasons.
Yeah.
And that video on YouTube, as you can imagine, when you're starting a YouTube, you get maybe like 50 to 100 views on a video. But then this one got in the thousands. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
People must like this.
This was on YouTube or TikTok?
This was on YouTube.
Okay.
This was about almost 3 or this was a while ago that I made that one. But then 2 years ago, I made the Michigan accent one. And I said, oh, people love the Michigan accent. And, I was kind of on a journey with it myself. And then 2020 came around and I was talking with my brother and he's like, you need to be on TikTok. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. I'm the professional. I'll go on TikTok when I know it's right. And he's like, no, you need to get on there. And I went on there and it was kind of just a bunch of dancing preteens. And I was like, I don't know if this is for me. So then I tried to, do like the viral content with the audios, try to be something fun, try to be something I'm really not. You know what I mean, in a way? And then I made a video on a Michigan accent or it was kind of like, tell me you're a Michigander without telling me you're a Michigander, which was actually a trend that my friend Bill actually sent me. And I said, oh, I can Michiganify this. And that was one of those moments where I woke up, it was Christmas Eve, I posted it, I checked it literally that night, I believe, and it was at 200,000 views. And you're just and then your follower notification at the bottom says 2,000 new followers. And you're just like, what? And it was Christmas Eve. So the endorphins were just flowing in my body. And it was one of those moments. And I'm like, that does not happen. I was like, no. This is absolutely fake. No. And then sure enough, it was real. And then that kind of set me on my Michigan content journey. And I was like, wow, the Michigan community is so nice on YouTube. The comments.
Yes, we are.
As we are. Right. I mean, that's what we're known for. Whenever I've traveled around the country, a lot of people say oh, you're from the Midwest. Love those people. They're so kind. So that's kind of our brand. And I kind of noticed that community building in YouTube. So it kind of set me up really well to be already guns blazing on TikTok to be great, I can really connect with the community. I know they're nice. I know they want more content like this. So I just kept making it. And within, I think I timed it, and I had hit 100,000 followers in 8 to 10 months.
Wow.
It was crazy, which is almost a year. So you can pretty much say 100K in a year, as a general statement, but it's very fast for that much growth. And a lot of it was doing, similar Michigan content. I got on a Michigan accent video and now I'm on part 38 of Michigan accent videos. But it's put me on this whole journey. So obviously I've had my agency on the side, which is also seeing great growth for digital marketing services in general. But it's awesome that not only do I get to kind of do the really businessy side of things, I also get to have fun and do this content side. And as I told you, I landed my first brand deal that hasn't been of course, sealed in yet, but it's pretty much sealed in. And I'm really excited about it. So it's really cool to start getting that experience on the other side of things, I guess you could say.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So much to unpack there.
I know.
Where to even start? I mean, it's wild to contrast because I had the opposite of that kind of growth.
Right.
I have never experienced waking up and seeing 2,000 notifications at once. How does that feel? What does that do to your self? Good, bad? Because, I could think maybe that would affect your ego, like in a bad way. Maybe that could be scary because I kind of get like vulnerability hangover. Sometimes I'll delete tweets because I'm like, oh, I was too like personal in that tweet. Like, how did you feel in that moment?
I would say you kind of describe it well in that, like, when you have a slow progression, I feel like you would be able to kind of match the point you're at a little bit better mentally, where you can kind of be prepared for like, okay, I had one video do really well. If the next one does really well, I'm mentally prepared that there's gonna be a lot more comments and a lot more people are gonna have something to say and what have you. When this like overnight, I mean, even within like 2 months, there was a 2-month period where I got like 30 to 40,000 followers.
Wow.
So all of a sudden, like if I look at the comments, there's a million opinions and you're like, what is this? You were at a soccer game when I was at about 20 to 30,000 followers and a mom came up to us and was like, my son loves you. And she even just said, hey, Michigander.
Yeah.
Like almost like she already knew me.
Yeah.
And it was very like, what? What's going on here? What? Who are you? What's your name?
Yeah.
She's like, my son loves you. Shout out to Xander if you're listening. She's like, oh, he wants a picture with you. And it like filled my heart. I mean, how cool that I'm with like my friends and that happens.
You looked very cool.
Right. And like Latasha even got it on video and like I got to like save that. And then I was at a restaurant. I was at a brunch and somebody was like, can I get your autograph? That's been the only autograph. Okay, I will say. But
did you give it to them?
I did. Yes, I did. And it was in front of my family and my siblings who were kind of like, oh yeah, TikTok, whatever, you know, kind of deal, like saw this happening. They're like, what kind of deal is like, what is happening? And like, it's just, you almost start detaching from reality.
Yeah.
A little bit is the best way I can describe it. I will say positives wise, I mean, social media content is kind of based on that little endorphin kick. It's a little bit of an addiction in that way.
A little bit. A lot of it.
A lot of it. I love it. And again, it's all Michiganders. It's people that like are in the same community. And I think that's what makes it a little bit easier for me. Yeah. But I would say it's a mental challenge to deal with it, I would say.
For sure. I am nowhere near as famous as Ryan at all. Well, and I think what's interesting is you have a localized audience.
Right. Not
only
are
you on TikTok, which is I think it's just a different platform. Yeah. But it's also localized. So like your audience is concentrated like here, basically. Mine is like all over. So I definitely.
You have like a global audience, right? You would say.
For sure. Yeah. Global. So I don't get a lot of that. Obviously, if I go to like a marketing conference or an event or something, like I know I might see somebody.
Yeah.
But there was one time in downtown Detroit that was really kind of scary for me. I was luckily with Norris, but I was walking down the street, just getting my morning coffee. I lived right downtown at the time. And this guy in a car was just like, hey, Latasha, just yelling at me out of a car. And number one, like normally it's like street harassment, like some guy just like trying to hit on me. And then he was like racing towards us, like following us, you know? And it was really
like trying to just like get your attention. Like, hey, like, I just want to tell you something kind of deal.
And we eventually stopped and Norris was like, what's up? You know, like aggressive, like, you good, dude? And he was like, oh, hey, are you Latasha from YouTube? Like, I want to give you my business card. And like, he seemed nice enough. Like, you know, if he's listening, sorry, but like kind of weird, you know, like you have to be aware of how you're approaching people. And like, if I was alone, I would be way terrified.
No, that'd be terrifying.
You know? So yeah, I can only imagine, you know, getting that like all the time is something to get. It's an adjustment for sure.
I guess that's the really key word for me. Of like, again, it's like, it's just an adjustment. And it's like, I mean, it is growth to a degree too. I mean, it's like, it's something I definitely like wanted. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, no, this is out of the blue. Yeah. I have no idea how I got here. Like, no, I'm a performer at heart. Yeah. I love performing. I love being on a stage. This is really just my digital stage to be on.
For sure.
It's that adjustment period that was actually kind of different. I even had like 1 week where I was like telling my friends, I was just like, I don't know. I'm like, I just don't know about this TikTok thing. Cause even like I counted it just cause I was like curious for myself. It was like 2 weekends ago. I got approached by 15 people in a given weekend.
Yeah, that's a lot. You should also note that Ryan is 6'5". So
people always say, they're like, oh my gosh, like I see, and the people who have been around a while, I used to have in my profile like 6'6" giant.
Okay,
in
you're
it.
6'6". Oh, I've been
6'5" and a half.
Okay.
That's the real tea out of this podcast.
I want to go into some of the like more tactical stuff about TikTok and some of the questions people ask. But first, like since we're on that topic, I kind of want to talk a little bit more about like the personal and the professional.
Yeah.
I was telling you earlier, like you're one of the best people I know at separating yourself from the internet in a way. And I don't mean that in a negative way. Like it's obviously you love what you do. You like posting on social media, but it is not you. Like you still have friends outside of social media. Like we barely ever post. Like some people have asked me like, oh, where's your friend Ryan? We haven't seen him lately. I'm like, whenever we hang out, I just like, I'm so busy talking. We're not like posting pictures, you know?
We're both not in the image, like
except for when we have like 3 cameras surrounding us, and then we make a big spectacle of it. But I really admire that about you, and so I'm curious, like, you know, how you have been able to, I don't know, deal with like managing this brand that is, you are the face of it, you know, because you went from having you still do marketing and stuff.
Right.
But you can be a little bit more behind the scenes. Like you're not the product. You were doing a job for a client. Whereas now like you're kind of the product.
Right.
How do you balance that and still have like a personal life and not let it be consuming you?
It'll be interesting as time goes on too, what happens. But yeah, so like with Dynamo, I actually pretty much tell clients like, let me be unknown. You don't have to tell anybody that you're having this digital marketing person come on or this digital marketing team come on. We don't have to acknowledge us at all in anything. And I kind of liked that because it's like you kind of have this freedom about you to do what you want and also just be really good to clients. But with TikTok, as you said, all of a sudden it's like, whoa, if I align myself with something, I might miss out on a brand deal or something, or like it almost becomes very real and very personal. It's kind of going back to that performer idea. When performers go on stage, they don't go on as themselves, that they go about their day. They put on a lot of makeup, they put on a costume, and then they can kind of derobe and kind of put that, you know, maybe they're the lead in Waitress, the musical. They can put that all away and they're no longer the person. They're just a New Yorker walking the street. Yeah. So I think that I kind of do that mentally as well. And that's why like when it comes to like posting things too, like I've even had in my head of like, oh, this would be so funny to post this personal moment. Maybe like show, I don't know, even like my house. But I'm like, I don't want to. Because then it's like if you kind of if you give that away kind of in social media, you're kind of giving it to somebody else. It no longer kind of becomes yours. It's you're putting on this show. Your house is not your home that you're making with your fiance or husband or wife or something. It's a home that is on display literally for the world to judge, for the world to see, for the world to watch. And I really hunker down on that filter of like, I'm not going to give X thing away. I'm not going to give B thing away. Like even in my head, I'm like, oh, it'd be so cute if like my fiance and I started doing joint videos. But then at the same time, then even though I like watching those videos, so kind of like, I'm like, oh, keep doing them to this one couple I watched that are really, really funny. But in my head, I'm like, I don't really want to bring like, and especially if like, let's say a sponsorship's involved. I don't want to bring work.
Setting up money.
Right. I don't want to bring work into my relationship in that way. Like that just gets complicated. That's why I feel like you see those influencers that like on YouTube that were like got really big and then they're like, they break up or something. And you're like, well, no, like, no duh. Like that would be really stressful to bring that personal side of your life into it. But then it's like, it does help you be authentic. So it's a little bit easier to be like, let me show my house because it shows you're human and real, which is what they're always saying to do. Yeah. But I say, why not treat it like TV and like no one on TV is real? Yeah. I've definitely like
not changed, I feel, but just the older I get, I feel I'm getting more and more private about certain things. Like I'm an open book. Like I'll talk about a lot of things. Right. But there are things like I don't show my relationship, any of them, you know, friendships, whatever, that much online just because, they're sacred to me, you know? But it's not to say that you're like fake. Like that's the thing. Like it's not that you're not authentic. You can choose which parts of yourself you're showing. Right. And they're all authentic versions of you. It's just you're choosing what you want to show.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I mean, if people were to say like, let's say you're not more personal on your social media and they'd be like, oh, she's fake. Okay, well then are you going to call the lead actress in your favorite TV show fake just because she's playing a different character? Yeah. If you look at any celebrity's social media feed, like go to one right now, it's not personal.
Yeah.
They might have an issue with somebody who's
Yeah.
too big of a fan that,
Right.
you know, and
You hear about that stuff all the time, by the way, and people don't talk about it.
You
like
do.
Ariana Grande's stalkers who are like in her house, Kendall Jenner having stalkers. Like that
yes,
is
Kendall Jenner had a
terrifying.
really bad stalker that
Yeah.
they like, I remember they highlighted separately and it was just in the news too of like, she had a really, really
Yeah.
just like stalker that would not back off.
Yeah.
And
People don't
you
talk
know,
about that. Yeah. Well, I think it's smart. And I think this, you know, I don't give TikTok a lot of love, but I will say one thing that I do like about TikTok is that I think the YouTube world is very, very relatable.
Yeah.
It's like I vlog.
I love
you know.
YouTube
Yeah.
so much. It's my
Okay,
favorite
good.
platform.
So there
I would
doesn't need to
say.
be a war
No.
between them. Okay. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, it's like I show up on YouTube just like
Hey,
rolling out of bed,
Right.
you know, like just completely raw, authentic. I talk about the highs, the lows. And I think, of course, there is that side of TikTok too, but also I think there's a lot of people like you who like are performing, are
Yeah.
like playing a role or doing skits or like acting really.
right.
Which I think is kind of cool because it lends itself to creators who don't want to open themselves out and spill their
Right.
heart out for a camera.
Right.
You know, you can do it in a different way, which I think is really interesting.
It's kind of like that happy medium between Instagram and YouTube. YouTube, I remember I've done a lot of research on social media and the effects on mental health. YouTube, by far, according to certain studies, is the least anxiety ridden. Instagram, one of the highest, obviously, or like one of the highest. So that's why I kind of went away from Instagram, but obviously Instagram has Reels now.
I know.
So they're kind of bringing it back, but I think it's video.
Yeah.
It's the fact it's video.
Yeah.
On video, you can't in real time. I mean, you can on TikTok now, which is kind of, again, it's midway point.
Yeah.
I can't smooth my skin.
Yeah.
I can't, you can edit certain things you say out, but you still have to like get a point across.
Yeah, interesting. I want to actually go back to something you said in the very beginning. You said that you wanted to make this trend more authentic to you, and that's how you decided on the Michigan thing.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for people who are trying to do the same thing? Like, because
Right.
you know, that's like my struggle. Is like I'm like, I don't like TikTok.
Right.
I'm sorry. I love what it's
okay.
done for you.
It's okay.
I'm not criticizing you.
No, it is
But it stresses me
okay.
out. I like
Yeah.
your TikToks, but I do. I like watching my friends' TikToks and things like that. But like for just that
Yeah.
greater feed of like everything, it's super overwhelming
It is.
to
It's
me.
a lot.
So for somebody like that, like, how do you find these trends and like make them your own? Like, how
Right.
did you decide on the Michigander
Right.
thing?
Well, it's kind of interesting too that you said that about like TikTok almost feeling more overwhelming. It's because they created this culture of quick content, which now they're actually going longer, seemingly. I mean, like now, when I was just telling Latasha, when I started, you could only go max 60 seconds, and now it's getting up to like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
So clearly they're trying to be a little bit YouTube-ish.
Yeah.
And I hope with that comes the part of YouTube that I love, love, love so much, and why I almost relax with YouTube videos. It's because you come on, you're not like, hey guys, what's up? Do you want to know something? Because I got the secret for you.
Yeah.
Like that's how it's the hook.
It's like so
it's
intense.
the hook
yeah,
in TikTok.
Yeah. And I get it.
Right,
I
and
get it
I get it because you got to attract attention. You know, you got to get it. But with YouTube, you can start off slow. You can build almost like a movie.
Do a
There's that
montage, an
montage,
intro.
rising action,
Yes.
resolution, climax. You can have it all, and that's what I like about YouTube stuff, and why I kind of want to get back more into doing more YouTube content as well. But what was the original question again?
What advice do you have for people who are looking to like find their voice on TikTok? How did you
Yeah.
decide on Michigan, you know, taking the Michigan approach to this trend?
I kind of fell into it, I would say,
Yeah.
but that's not good advice. The good advice is that you want to focus on something you already do. That's the solution to all solutions when it comes to what content should I create. Don't try to go out of the norm. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend trying something new either that you think you might like.
Yeah.
Only focus on, at least in the beginning, what you know well. Even if it's, for me, marketing. Maybe that could have been something. Maybe for me, it's swimming. I was a swimmer in high school, and I know how to probably teach someone how to swim.
Yeah.
I did it for 4 years. Think about things you've done for years. I guess that's the best advice too.
Yeah.
Of like, think of something you've done for years, you know it, and honestly, just try to research that topic more, try to build on it, even if it's a small little kindling of a fire that you can create with it. For me, it was the Michigan accent. Within all the things that are Michigan related, I found the accent. So I was like, great, cool. So maybe there's little like avenues within that you can test out, that you can try. And also, though, it does have to be something that a lot of other people know about or are curious about. That's the thing I think I don't hear a lot is they say like, oh, just find something you love and you're passionate about. Well, that's true. But it also has to be something that people are Google searching a lot, that people are TikTok interested in.
Yeah.
The only reason why I found out the Michigan accent video is well known is because I made that YouTube video. And I said, oh, people are searching this like crazy. Even today, still 200 views a day on people searching Michigan accent.
Do you think there was something that kicked that search off?
Yes.
Was it the governor?
That's a good point too. Current events.
Yeah.
So it just so happened that I started my TikTok right around the time that Gretchen Whitmer, our governor, was featured on SNL, or somebody played her.
Yeah.
Cecily Strong played Gretchen Whitmer on YouTube. It was a trending YouTube video, got like 4 million views.
Yep.
And she was like a classic Midwest woman.
Yep.
It was hilarious. And I will say, good point, my TikTok came up around then. And I even myself was like, I think it's because there's all this attention. But there also, I forget her name. She actually has, if you search Michigan accent, she actually has the video that is above mine right now.
Okay.
Because she is the OG Michigan accent article person. Okay. But she made this article about it that she even admits, like, I made this article on owlcation.com, I think it is, that talked about the Michigan accent. And a lot of it, I think, stemmed from that.
Yeah.
And I did find some like YouTube videos from like 7 to 10 years prior that focused on it as well. So I think it's been like almost like a slow growing thing. But now I think some of my Michigan accent videos have multiples of millions of views. Wow. So it's like that probably helped really get it into even more of a limelight, than it was before.
Totally. We have some more TikTok questions that I want to get into because I asked my Instagram. But first, I know I keep saying this, I keep teasing it. But I want to talk about monetization really quick because that's one of my big beefs with TikTok. I have worked really hard at building this YouTube channel, and it pays me a small salary. It's not huge, but YouTube does tell me we value you as a creator enough to pay you a little bit of these ads. And I think it's actually pretty fair. Like the YouTube ad split, I think is pretty fair. Like I could be a full-time YouTuber. Like if this was the only thing I could do, it would be a modest full-time job. Yeah. And I feel really grateful for that. TikTok, I don't understand. You don't want me that bad.
No, that's a little bit my beef with it too. And the TikTok algorithm hopefully won't find me here, but I think they know it too. I mean, compared to YouTube. So YouTube, even as a smaller person that has 800 something subscribers, I feel like TikTok appreciates me. There's even that SEO tool that you can get on YouTube. Yeah. There's even an SEO tool that, if you're not up to a certain subscriber amount, YouTube's like, hey, this will be cheaper until you hit a certain amount where you can actually make money. I'm like, wow, they really care about creators. Yeah. And even like at the 100 subscriber marker, I got to make my custom domain. Yeah. And I was like, oh, well, la-di-da. Right. Like, okay, so I'm official now. Okay. Or it might have been 500 or something. Yeah. But TikTok, on the other hand, I think it's getting there a little bit. It's trying. Could it be doing better? Absolutely. And I think they'll realize that as they slowly morph into to a more similar structure as YouTube, that like it's the creators that make it what it is. I, as a marketer, have made very, very little, next to nothing money on TikTok. How much money I've made them in my millions of views with ads as a marketer, I know it's a lot. Yeah. I mean, even just encouraging people to join the platform because they want to watch your TikToks. Right. Or I mean, like the creators help make it. I understand why they're not paying them a lot as they were a new growing company. Yeah. But now that they are becoming more established, I really, really hope that they do, because I think they'll see a lot of just decrease in creatorship coming from it if they don't. But I have noticed some changes. Like they, instead of doing creator versus business accounts, they have this thing where it's called like TikTok Next, I think. And it's like you can make a creator account without it being business, because with social media accounts, you kind of have to watch it. If you become a business account, as I'm sure you might have seen, your reach is decreased because they're like, oh, you're a business? Okay, well, we're going to have you maybe boost more to get viewership. Versus creator, it seems like they want to be very like creator focused. And even like they're releasing new products. Like I had over for if you have over 100,000, you can accept subscribers. And I felt that special feeling because they sent me a notification and they were like, you have more than 100,000 subscribers.
Nice.
Within the app, they were like, so you can sign up for subscribership to your live shows.
Is that basically like a Twitch sub kind of?
Yes.
Or like they can give you they get special things?
I had an issue with it though,
Okay.
because they said you can subscribe now. You'll get about $2 for every subscription that you get. And I'm like, wow, I could really build this up into maybe something. And like, I'm like, I was so excited because I was like, oh, I'll do more live shows because I love the live shows. Because again, Michiganders are great. They're so nice. They're fun to talk to. But then I found out it's $6 to subscribe right now as we speak. That might go away. I don't know. But $6, I'm like,
kind of a lot.
that's kind of a lot for just like not a lot of perks, I guess. Or like, I mean, maybe they're saying it's on the creator to, you know,
make it worth it,
which, you know, I obviously have tried to put more energy into and thought. But it's tricky because it's like, I don't, you know, it's like, this is a new world.
Yeah.
So, you don't really know. But yeah, I was like on a live show and someone's like, hey, it's $6. And I was like, oh guys, don't feel like you have to subscribe. Cancel that. I take that back. Don't feel like you have to subscribe. But I will say too, now that I've gotten up past the 100K marker, as I've mentioned to you, brand deals are kind of coming my way. And there's one I'm really excited about that is very just like Michigan centric. And I couldn't have picked a better business entity to reach out or just organization to reach out. But then I'm also getting some other ones that are kind of like, I don't know. You know, I've had like a really, really big company that's like national reach out. And I was like, you want me to do what? Like, I'm starting to see the kind of like I mean, from the business side, I've seen it, you know, the bad practices, I guess, of like influencer marketing from the business side. And I'm getting that a little bit. But I mean, if this deal goes through, it's a great contributor financially just to have on top of my full-time job already. So I would say like TikTok right now is kind of an early Instagram stage of like influencers are getting those brand deals because people recognize how great it is to work with them, or UGC, as you talk about a ton from a video perspective. User-generated content from a video perspective to get from TikTokers is great.
Very interesting. So basically, would you say for most TikTokers, they're probably making their money from sponsorships, like most of their money, or?
I think you'd have to because like, so there's the TikTok Creator Fund. I'm still not in it.
Yeah. And you have how many?
111,000 followers. I've talked to people who are even bigger than me, and they make maybe like a couple dollars a day from it, which at the end of the year does equate to a few hundred. But is it really a lot for how much work and videos and views you're getting? To me, no. And if you think about it, it's a fund. YouTube treats it of like it's a partnership where like you get a cut, I get a cut. That can go, that's evergreen. That can go forever. A fund is limited.
It runs out.
The word fund was a really big trigger for me of like, whoa, I am not going to subscribe to this because let's say your video is going viral, you're getting millions of views, also getting more dollars from the creator fund. They might stop it to be like, whoa, this person's getting too powerful. They're taking too much of the money. Their algorithm might be like, slow it down. Hey, this person's getting too much. Slow them down. Maybe toward the end of the year or something, what have you. So I hope they do away with that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I hope the creator fund goes away and it just becomes more partnership kind of focused.
I have tea. I have tea. Spill it. No, it's not about TikTok, but this was one of the questions one of my Instagram followers asked us. Yeah. And I think it's a good time to talk about it, is the Reels bonus. Reels play bonus.
You were telling me about that.
Yeah, so I experimented with it. I got the pop-up. I got it a lot, and I was like, they were trying so hard to get me to do Reels, and I ignored it for a long time. But then I talked to somebody who said, hey, it's actually like pretty worth it. It's nice. And so I signed up for it. The first Reel I did with the Reels play bonus did really well. It's one of my most liked Reels, I think, or most viewed, one of the two. And for those who don't know, it's basically very similar as the creator fund. I'm not sure how it's funded, but they're incentivizing people to make Reels. Now, I have tested it because I am not like superstitious or like algorithms out to get me. Like I try not to lean on that.
Right.
But it's true what they say.
And these are businesses.
Yes.
Okay. These are not meant to give you fun. It is a business too.
I've been playing around with just turning the creator fund option, basically turning monetization off. My reels will go through the roof. They'll be amazing.
Yeah.
And they won't even be that good. Like the topic won't even be that interesting.
Right.
I'll put the reels play bonus on. What do you know?
100 views.
Maybe. And I'm like,
5.
What? Like, so I am also suspicious of those.
Right.
Not suspicious, but just, I always believe that creators should be monetizing for themselves anyway. Like build something of yourself, whether that's a service, merch, a course, something, not just relying on these platforms because
it's the end all be all advice is do not rely on the platform itself to give you the money.
Yeah.
You can chase it outside of it and use the reach and the influence to get much more in the real world, outside world, what have you.
Yes.
That is, I feel like, the end all be all fact.
Mic drop. And can you talk about some of those opportunities? Because you've had some cool opportunities. Like you've been on the news.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So channel 9 and 10 News in Cadillac. Shout out.
Shout out to Cadillac,
Shout
Michigan.
out. Put me on Cadillac, Michigan. Put me on the news. And it was like one of those fun moments where it was like TikToker makes Michigan content. They had me on like a TV in between the two anchors at the time. And they did a little interview with me. And even now they're like, oh, you're part of the Channel 9 and 10 News fam, like come back anytime. And I'm like,
get your hat,
cool,
your t-shirt.
Right. Or like I'm connecting with some Detroit area things that are like, hey, if you ever want free tickets to X, Y, Z, let us know. And I'm kind of like, yay, super fun. And those are happening not because TikTok said, hey, this organization wants to interview you. It was because they emailed me separately. So make sure those channels are set up for you to email, for you to be reached out to. Make sure those channels are there. Instagram was great for me, Instagram Messenger, because on TikTok, I think they're changing it now, but beforehand, you could only message someone if you were following each other.
Yep.
So make sure those avenues are open, and really try to do it on your own. Rely on the platform for obviously reach, fun, and influence, but everything else, try to kind of get on your own in a way and just cold emails.
Yeah.
Not saying anything crazy here. There's no secret sauce to it. I started my entire digital marketing business off of going to meet people in downtown areas in person and cold emails.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And, six-figure business later,
Yeah. I love it. Yeah. Just go out there. Put yourself out there.
Go out there. And which is the hard part for some. I've noticed obviously, and that was the hard part for me of like really putting yourself out there of like, hey, you're going to show yourself to the world now. Yeah. That's a big deal. That's the step that I find trips people up a little bit the most. Yeah. And like starting a TikTok, like it could go viral. That's kind of scary.
Something that's always so shocking to me when I talk to TikTokers, particularly like younger ones, is they're like, oh my gosh, it's so cool you have a YouTube channel. And I'm like Granny Latasha over here with my YouTube channel. But I still... and it's not to compare. Like, I think it's cool that like your TikTok, right? But I think it is interesting that there still is a place for like long form and just like that longevity. Like, use TikTok as like a jumping off point. I feel like that's how a lot of people who are thinking really strategically, about TikTok are. Like, they're like, oh, I want to write a book. I want to have a TV show. I want to have a podcast. Like, they're kind of thinking next level. What's next level for you?
Oh my gosh, the most open-ended question ever. I mean, it could be anything, and I think that's the fun part when you get something like this, is that you start really thinking like, what could I do with this gift? I mean, I won the social media lottery. Point blank. So, okay, what are you going to do with the lottery now that you've got winnings? Kind of deal. And I think I was telling you, I was like, if I ever became a realtor, wow, do I have a platform to promote me as like, I'll sell your home, I'll put it on TikTok, and you know the area.
I
know the area. I'm a local. What have you? That could be a whole spin. Then comes my HGTV show, Michigan Made Homes, Home Edition. Can
I just be the voiceover host, like the HGTV, like the house hunters lady? I just want to be that lady. Just the voiceover.
You and I can be that. We can like kind of go in and be like, oh, here we'll do business. I picture us doing that. And really, I'm really trying to figure out too, like, what can we do here in Michigan to really better things. The reason why I even started and really kept motivated with Michigan content is, you know, I'm gay. I kind of like a city life. I kind of like certain things to be a certain way. I love rainbow flags. You know, it's like these little things about my personality. I'm like, how can I make my Michigan more like the version of it I see? Because Michigan in the news sometimes can be, you know, very conservative. I'm really not, you know, or it can be not so gay friendly. I'm obviously trying to make it as gay friendly as possible. So
it's diverse. Michigan is diverse.
it
and
really
cool.
is. And like I mean, I think that part just hasn't been showcased enough. And even like if you go on TikTok, and this is not me canning on other TikTokers, because I've even done it to a degree myself of like, kind of like, Michigan stinks for XY reason, and obviously try to be funny for it. But some like really go in on like making Michigan feel like this like unsafe, conservative, really bad state, which is, you know, in some parts, sure. But like for the majority, I mean, I think it's, I mean, we have a female, not conservative governor. That's more that can be said for a lot of other states out there. So, yeah, just like we just have a unique Michigan's unique, very unique, and I'm trying to showcase the parts that I think are the best. And I really want to do that more with TikTok, and kind of maybe that involves partnering with more local organizations. Maybe it means getting a little political in the sense of like not so like deep in the weeds, but things that are very like can affect everybody.
And like causes or missions as
causes
like
or missions, right? Thank you for that. So yeah, kind of like more that realm. So. But the beauty of it is that there's so many routes to go. And that's what kind of opens up when you start, I always talked about it, like building that kindling. And now I have a fire. What am I going to cook?
Yeah.
You know, so that's the kind of mentality I'm kind of in right now, which is kind of like a limbo state, which is kind of nice. It's a little bit of a break.
Yeah. That's so exciting. I want to get into some viewer questions. We've talked about a lot of them already, but let's see. How do you keep your community engaged as your following grows? Particularly, like those OGs, like the first follower you have, you know, how do you make them not feel like you've outgrown them?
Right.
Like, how do you keep them engaged?
I will say making Michigan content keeps me humble too, because I mean, like everyone can still relate to it. And TikTok, trust me, humbles you when you go to make a video that you love, that you think is going to go viral, and it gets like 1,000 views. So I think you're almost like humbled in that sense a lot too. But keeping the community engaged is really about just like trying to ask them like what kind of content you want. Even though a lot of them, whenever I ask that, always say like more Michigan accent stuff. And I'm like, the accent's only so deep. So trying to build off that a little bit. But yeah, trying to make new content, things they might have not thought of, introducing them to new things. Like me and you were just talking about, you know, me possibly connecting up with a Detroit person who knows Detroit really well that can really get people to learn about the city, its great qualities, just like I try to showcase with Michigan in general. And going live, honestly, one of my favorite things on TikTok is going live. I don't get to do it as often as I'd like because it's a lot of energy that I need to have. I mean, there was one live show where I had 200 people, comments. Every time you swipe, it says 99 plus comments. Everyone's like, I'm from Michigan, I'm from here. And I love that.
Yeah.
It's hard for one person to keep up with. So I can only do it so often and when I have the time and energy, but it's really nice because I get to literally like talk to those like super fans. Like this one person was from the UP and it was like, her name was like Uper Grandma. And I was like, oh, she's back.
Is that my grandma?
All right.
I'm joking.
Right. I was
I'm
like, wait
a
second. I was like, oh, she's back. Hey, we got Uper Grandma in the house.
So cute.
And one time like my aunt even joined like a live show and she's like, I'm like, everyone, there's my aunt right there. Ask her a question. So the live shows are really, really good for that. Yeah. And I can kind of get direct feedback too. Like the other day I was doing a live and TikTok does this battle thing where during live shows too, you can get tips. Okay, so there's some monetization there as well. But I was kind of talking and I was like, hey, do you guys want to do a TikTok battle? Which is like this thing you compete with other TikTok live people. Okay. And it's really just like who can get the most tips, who's the strongest community. Oh. Almost kind of deal.
Interesting.
And this guy was like, he came on, it was a random person. I was like, do you want to do it? And everyone's like, yes, do it. We did it. I ended up losing, but the guy at the end was like, man, I can tell you have like such a fun, strong community. And I was like, thanks. Like, I mean, I feel it too, but like, and although we didn't win, we did really good in the battle. And so that was interesting too for me of like, oh, you're right. This is like a really like a good space for the community to connect. And I call it the Michigan TikTok Forum. And I have since I even had 3,000 followers.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that, again, thinking about missions, things to better the state. What if this TikTok Michigan Forum, if I got, more consistent enough, became this spot where people can share, their
Love that.
things that they want to share.
You mentioned real estate, maybe, just
Never
tossing that
know.
out there. Who knows?
Yeah.
Do you have any, like, if you were in that position now, this person's asking TikTok tips for real estate agents. So what would you do?
Oh my gosh.
Putting you on the
Well,
spot.
you really, so I actually made a training for realtors specifically.
Perfect.
But parts of it I might incorporate into something later, training thing for later. And I would say using it to build your brand is, again, kind of like what we were diving into of like, don't focus on the money. If you're trying to build up you as a realtor, and the reason why people want to work with a realtor these days is because like you're like a friend to them. I went through the home buying process recently. I cannot, let me get real with you right now. I ended up buying from a friend, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Love that. Our realtor was a friend.
Yeah.
I can't imagine going through that process of like buying something so big, so much money, more money than anything else that you've put down in your life, and not having that support, I guess, around you and believing you can like ask them a certain question if you need to. So for TikTok, like you need to show people why you'd be just great for them and be personable. Like when you're buying a house, like that's so personal. I would definitely say go for a more localized approach because you're a realtor, be really good in a city. I think I looked it up and there's like cities even just around Metro Detroit that have like 300 to 500,000 K views on TikTok. That means it's slowly becoming like Instagram where like there's even really small niche hashtags that have a lot of traction and posts. So, and honestly, if there's not a market for it, make it and be the person because TikTok, from what I've read, is getting more localized. Like they're trying to be local centric.
I love that you mentioned localized approach. Somebody else asked, I heard that SEO is important, like Google on TikTok.
Yeah.
Is that the route I need to take for my videos? I've been hearing a lot more about this too. Like Gen Z uses TikTok more than Google now to search things and stuff.
Yeah. So that's actually, I think what that was part of the article that I read about the more localized approach is, I mean, it's just like YouTube. YouTube is a search engine. The reason why you see certain YouTube videos is because of tags, which act as keywords, which is the foundation of SEO. And just text content, what you're saying in captions. So everything that's said, written out is very deliberate. And that's how TikTok is kind of getting. And that's why I think I already knew that going in. So that's why I knew that if I wanted to reach Michigan people, I needed to say the word Michigan or write out the word Michigan and also use the hashtag Michigan in the beginning, which people really didn't know about too much. And so I think that really benefited me. And now obviously more people are understanding that TikTok is very similar to YouTube in the way it's structured. So yes, SEO is becoming very important, always has been. SEO is never going away, hasn't gone away. But yeah, it is becoming a bit more like that on TikTok, I would say. It's almost, maybe they're trying to be that competitive search engine, if you will.
I think they are.
Right. I think they are a little bit.
Your Michigan's not in your username though, is it? Is your username
No.
what is it? Plug it, by the way.
At Ryan Redoute, REDOUTE on everything, which luckily I have a name that has not been taken. So one big change up with TikTok is that you can make your name whatever you want, not your username.
Oh,
so my
it's
username.
like Twitter. Twitter is the same way.
Yes. So my username will obviously be at Ryan Redoute, but I actually switched my name to Michigan Content and More. So that maybe if it does become more searchable, it might be easier to find my name now that I put Michigan in it. Just like with podcasts.
Right.
I think when we were having initial conversations about podcasts, we were talking to somebody and he said, well, you need to treat your title like an SEO title. I'm like, duh. Like, why? Because I was like naming my podcast just like anything. Like it was just like whatever. But then podcast got more into Google's realm of things. But yeah, so that's a little SEO feature too that is newer. Yeah, you should do that.
What should I be?
Oh, I'm Freelance Friday, or not Freelance Friday podcast, but like freelance content and more, really.
Yeah.
I mean, or something like that, or freelance social media. That's it. Maybe that's your name. Because that's what you're all about, really.
We might be doing a little test here.
Yeah.
I'll report back. We got a couple questions. I mean, we've kind of talked about this, but how to convert TikTok followers to customers, and does going viral on TikTok really result in sales and revenue?
When it comes to someone following you, when they're swiping through a video, the way they can follow you is really easy. They just hit the little plus sign in the corner, and then they can keep swiping and go about their day. They don't have to go to their profile.
Yeah.
Instagram, is it like that with, I can't remember, with the reels or on the post, or do you have to still go to someone's profile page?
Let's see.
Let's test it out, because I mean, you're like on Instagram every day, but we can't think like, wait, like, could you follow somebody? There is a little follow link, I think, below their name on their post.
Yeah, no.
But it's not very like seeable. Like TikTok, it's like a red plus sign. Yeah. So like you're going to see it.
Yeah.
So I think on Instagram, people are more used to going to the profile, at least I am, and then following them, maybe reading their bio, seeing more about them. Whereas TikTok, someone might follow me on the fly, and you'd think that means they're going away more, but it's not the case. It's kind of like, I mean, I really haven't lost. My follower count has never decreased, knock on wood, but it hasn't. And you'd think at like, you know, with such quick follows, they might. But when it comes to monetization, I mean, you're going to have to track that specifically for your own business. Every business is going to be different. Obviously, if you're selling a luxury good, you're probably not going to get as much traction as somebody selling stickers.
Yeah.
You know, or promoting their Etsy shop. I will say, like on my own content, for example, I get Instagram followers, I get YouTube subscribers, and it's without me releasing as much, you know, content sometimes. And when I wasn't releasing a lot of Instagram, YouTube content, I was still getting followers. And obviously I can't help but think that came from people clicking on my link tree on my TikTok and seeing that I promoted it and said like, hey, check this out. The thing about it is you have to be really creative with how you approach it. You and I were talking about this previously in a video, I can't say, hey, go buy this. But I did one promoting the choir I was in and a concert that was upcoming. And I'm not going to disclose exactly how much it was, but they saw like a 40% increase in ticket sales after my video.
Wow.
And I noticed that a lot of people were like going to my Instagram, and I got a huge Instagram follower bump. So I was like, okay, clearly the masses are moving through. So it's possible. And in that video, I did say like, go check it out. I was like, get tickets, but I spelled like Insta weird.
Yeah.
And like, you'll see it in TikTok content. People spell things weird on purpose to kind of like not flag the algorithm.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is like TikTok, after a video hits 10,000 views, they do have a human review it.
Okay.
So my video got like 10 to 12,000. So I'm sure they like reviewed it and were like, this is kind of business forward.
Yep.
We would want him to be paying to promote this because it's clearly a direct promotion. But Latasha and I were looking at some, and they were maybe putting it in the comments, and they were pinning the comment that said, hey, buy it. They didn't say buy. They said, check it out in this book. And then they kind of almost like, it's kind of like a nudge of like, go check out my profile. Yep. You might find something there that you might like.
Yeah.
And I think everyone just has to get creative in that way about it. As you know, strategy-wise, it's about building that foundation, kindling that fire, and slowly getting the strategy kind of built out if you want it to be more ROI focused. Yeah.
My unofficial opinion, just as someone who has worked with people who use TikTok, as we know, I don't really in that way. I haven't really seen it do much for my business personally, besides brand, which definitely does have value. But lower price products, e-commerce in particular, you know, if you can show a cool
Amazon
makeup, anything like that is like, you can touch it, you can buy it. If it's like under $20, under $30, that's like, you don't think about it. You'll just add it to your cart. Yeah. But for like services, again, I'm not saying that it can't happen because I know there are service providers who do really well on there. But I think it's a little harder because I think it does require that like relationship.
Right.
Or even for you, if you were to work with a local brand and be like, hey, go check out this like burger spot or whatever, you know, that's like almost like an impulse thing. It's an experience.
Right.
It doesn't really require a relationship.
No, I was going to say experience things like on Instagram, e-commerce fashion, huge. Wow. Could you sell some fashion on Instagram? TikTok's little like selling points to your point, quick buys, Amazon products. I think in general awareness, which is kind of been like in the digital marketing world, awareness is kind of like almost like a vanity metric sometimes. But on TikTok, I would say that's not the case.
Yeah.
If you get views, eyeballs on TikTok, people, it's like it takes up the whole screen. If someone's video takes up the entire screen, that's huge compared to a display ad that's on a whole article. So you're getting eyeballs, and I think awareness is actually having a little comeback on TikTok. And maybe that's obviously where the influencer space kind of thrives. It's like knowledge on just something.
Yeah.
Maybe they're trying to get the word out. And I don't know if anybody knows this, but in grocery stores, people pay really big money. Brands pay big money to be like on the end of the aisle. There's a reason why it catches your eye. It's probably because that brand is serving display ads in your area for oat milk.
Yep.
And then it just so happens they know that you're shopping at Kroger probably, and there's an oat milk display at the end of the aisle. That's almost like a billboard in the advertising world for grocery stores. So TikTok, you can kind of maybe do the same thing. If you're planning to sell a bunch of products at a local Kroger, have a local influencer in that space, just talk about it.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, you can't buy influence. I mean, that's where influencing thrives, is that a corporation can't influence the masses, sometimes like a average person from New Jersey that has a makeup channel.
Oh my gosh.
That's the magic of it.
I love it.
It evens the playing field.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh. Okay. Those are all the questions from my audience.
Wow. Okay.
Those are all the questions I have for you, I think. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I feel enlightened.
Oh, yes. Good.
TikTok is such a curious,
It is.
cat.
It's new. It's the new kid on the block.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Let everyone know where they can find you.
Yes. You can find me at everything at Ryan Redoute, or just searching it on YouTube for my channel. And yeah, keep out. There's actually a really big project I've been working on that I'm so excited to be launching. So stay tuned on, probably TikTok would be the best one to be first to hear about that one, on YouTube as well. And on Instagram, I'm trying to build up my Instagram a little bit to maybe be a little bit more personal, show maybe like things I'm doing in life, like a wedding I went to. That was a really beautiful space.
Yeah.
A
peek behind the curtain.
Yeah, a peek behind the curtain, if you will. But cool. I look forward to maybe seeing you on a live show.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Ryan.
Thanks. Bye. Yay.